All right, so let's begin with our very first recipe. You know what it is? Rice surprise. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, so the reason this is the first recipe is because everybody eats either rice or roti, right? You need carbs. We are not talking about ketogenic diet, we're quantifying our nutrition. So we need to measure what we eat. And in order to do that, we have to measure raw ingredients. All right, so before we begin, you need a food weighing scale, something that looks like this. So this is a weighing scale, food weighing scale from Costco, my favorite store. And this is optional. This is a silicone mat that I usually keep on it so that it doesn't get too dirty and I can weigh hot stuff. Well, for now, I'm just gonna weigh my pot, right? So I teared it down so it's 0. Now, how do you know the weight of the pot? You just lift the pot and note the reading, 866 grams. Write it down, know the weight of your pots. That's the first step. Are we good? So let's take second step. Weigh the rice. Now you don't need to necessarily weigh the rice in this pot, in this very pot, but I usually do because I wash it in this. And then this is my Instapot pot, so I just keep it in my Instapot, right? And for cooking. So I have the weight of the pot noted because after it's done cooking, I need to weigh the entire pot with the ingredients again and minus the weight of the pot from it. And that will give me what's the cooked rice weight. So with that, I'll take a pause. There is another way to do this, and this I have discovered by doing this over and over, right? So what I do when I have to cook sona masoori rice, I take the rice, I wash them nicely, and then I keep the pot back on my scale with the washed rice and just make the content of the pot. So if it's 30 gram rice, I make it 100 gram rice with water. Okay, it'll make sense when I do it. So, patience. All right, here we go. So this is my sona masoori rice, right? This is what it looks like. It's not basmati, it's sona masoori, right? So I take the rice and I generally would make it 10 servings. So 30 gram is one serving, by the way. So I'll take 300 gram. That's way too much. Okay. So here I have taken 450 grams of raw rice in my pot, right? The pot still weighs 866 or 862 and the rice weighs 450 grams raw unwashed rice. Let's wash it. All right, so this is my washed rice now, and how much it weighs? 586. Remember, I took 15 portions of rice for 450 grams, and now after washing it is 587. So since there are 15 portions, what I do is I add water and make it 1500 grams total, right? So the advantage with this scale is that it stays on for a while. So although it took me some time, right, to wash my rice, the weight of the pot was still saved. in my weighing scale. That's why I love it. It takes some time to turn off. All right, so let's make it 1500. That's it, all done. Right, just making sure there is no rice around the vessel. Everything is in the water. And that's it. I will put this rice in the Instapot, and when it comes out, my one portion is 100 gram of rice, boiled rice. So I know how much I'm eating. When I take the rice, I'll take 100 gram of rice if I have to eat one portion. I'll take 200 gram of rice if I have to eat 60 grams, and like that. All right, so let me just finish it by putting it here, turning this on a rice mode. And the rice mode I use for sona masoori is more and pressure low, so 15 minutes on a low pressure. All right, and that's it. There we go. Okay, so that was sona masoori rice, and I made 15 portions. So for 1500 gram of rice, I made it, sorry, for 450 gram of raw rice, I made 1500 grams. So 30 grams of raw rice is equal to 100 grams of boiled rice for sona masoori. When I stress that, it's because every rice takes different amount of water, and that's why I recommend you either experiment on your recipe, like how much water you add by default by measuring by cup. If you measure by cup, just measure by cup, but keep it on the weighing scale so you know how much water you have to add, and then you can stop measuring by cup and just add the water by weight, right? So for basmati rice, white basmati rice, I add, for each portion, which is 30 gram raw rice, I add 50 grams of water. So it becomes 80 grams of boiled basmati rice. Make sense? I know. It's a little bit of math, but once you get used to it, you're gonna appreciate the science behind this, because it makes your life so much simple. You learn to portion control. You learn how much is 100 grams of rice. So even when you don't have the weighing scale at hand, when you go to a party or something, you still know what's your portion size. Eyeballing. All right, so now weighing my bowl in which I want to eat, and doesn't matter how much it weighs, I don't care. I'm just gonna add my rice to it, right?